right, so 9 days ago, both of us did the marathon, but we ran it separately, and there is a reason for that.
All right, do you want me to share my side then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from my side, I kind of knew I was taking a different approach to the marathon than Eden was, and in a way, no, not in a way, I was like, in a way taking it like, well, just less seriously than she was, where she was like training for it, and I was like kind of at a place where I knew I wouldn't really be able to give the training my all. So I just didn't really want to do it a whole lot, and then in the back of my mind, I've always kind of wanted to run the marathon without training at all, and just to see if I could do it. We've had friends in the past who have like trained for doing part of the marathon and then ended up doing the whole thing, and I've been inspired by that. And then just like, I don't know, I just think it's fun to like do new things, and I've run the marathon before with training, so just thought I'd spice it up a little bit. Apparently no one knew that I was really gonna do it, which I didn't really tell people, so I barely even knew myself if I would feel up for it the day before. But I had told Eden a bit, and I just told her my plans. But then as it grew nearer, I think she like, well, from my view, she seemed like uncomfortable at the thought of like us running together because I might hold her back. And then so we had like one interaction, and where I said like, oh, you don't need to, like, if you feel like you want to go ahead, you can, which I understood that like that might be hard in the moment for like her to like leave, but I was kind of like, I don't know, I guess it wasn't thinking about that, or like that would be her decision to make or something. But I was like trying to make it clear to her like, oh, it doesn't have to be because of me. And then the morning of at 6 a.m. she like texted me saying that she didn't like, just wasn't comfortable with the whole like way I was taking, or like how I was going about it, I guess, and my motives for doing it, which was just kind of confusing in the moment. And it was obvious that there was like a lot to unpack, but it was like the morning of the marathon, and then it kind of got like more hostile, I guess, where we were just like, all right, okay. I was really like, well, fine then, I'll just run by myself. Like, you think I need to run with people? I don't. Which was, I don't know. Looking back, this kind of ties into like how the marathon was for me, but looking back, I think I probably would have just not run at that point, because running alone, not even just like without Eden, but like without my whole family, was really, really hard, and I underestimated how hard it is to run alone. Physically it was tough, but like that was nothing, I feel like, compared to the mental anguish or whatever of like feeling of just isolation, and like there was like a few like abandonment like feelings that like crept in, where I was like, why am I, it feels very dramatic, of course. So anyways, that was it from my view. It took us a few days to kind of right after the marathon, I mean, she ran back and ran with me, and we were like fine, but then it took us a few days to kind of unpack what had happened and the feelings that arose from that, and we like wrote out some like letters to each other, where it ended up, which was I kind of knew, is like it wasn't actually really about the marathon at all. It just, that kind of brought up feelings that I think she and even I had like felt in the past, but she was the one who kind of like instigated it. So anyways, I think fights are overall like kind of good and helpful to like just bring you closer together, obviously, and like we just like went through it. But
yeah,
anyways, yeah, you can share your view.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously it was pretty unfortunate, where like you can even kind of tell in the marathon, like while I was filming the marathon, I didn't really know, like, well, first there's two separate things. One, I didn't really know what I was doing just in general. Like, I had done quite a bit of preparation, but like to add on to it this like unfortunate thing, like it wasn't like so much that like the thing had happened that was unfortunate, it was like the timing was awful. Like it was literally the morning. Yeah. And like I don't know if I think that like maybe we could have like held together. I am pretty happy with the way we did things now. I do think like, I mean, there were some parts where like I didn't even like know what was going on with you because we weren't speaking at the time.
Yeah.
But like I only heard that you were having a hard time from like memory, and that was like when I was close to the end, and I hadn't like I don't know. It was like I was like, oh, I felt kind of like, oh, like what am I doing? Like, is this? And then like even one of the things you brought like up the morning of was like, oh, this vlog channel is called Fight for Together, and like what is this? Like we're not even running together.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I wanted to make this vlog because there's the ending of the marathon vlog. If you saw that, if you didn't, I'll put it in the end screen. But it was a little confusing, confusingly filmed. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which we might do more vlogs of this if you are comfortable with it, and if you guys find it interesting, I think it's important to share that, like, at least on Instagram, it's very easy to see, just like social media is just like so, everything looks perfect, and I'm sure
highlight reel, yeah.
Right, and I'm sure like the vlog is like kind of similar, where our family sometimes might seem like much more perfect in weird ways that like we're almost like too honest about how imperfect we are, to like that
And it's like, oh, is that it? Is that all the problems? And it's like, well, we are on it, like pretty honest when it comes to certain problems. That's not, just because we're super honest about those problems, that doesn't mean that's all the problems there are. There's some things that are like, it's just like confusing and messy. Like, it would have been confusing and messy to be super raw and honest the day of the marathon, to be like, I mean, not that confusing and messy is bad, but it's just like, you have to kind of choose, am I gonna like kind of dump all this on like the vlog, and like not really, when you don't even have it figured out yourself, or am I like gonna, or if it's even just gonna be helpful. So it's like, that's like, I think that's true with the vlog in general. And then there's just like things where it's like, it's hard to like, you don't even know what's going on, so it's hard to talk about with like other people. And then it's like, there's like a weird thing where it's like, oh, I feel obligated to be honest and real, which could just mean saying like, oh, I'm not having the best time right now, or like our relationship is like in like kind of a whatever right now, and not going into every little detail. But it's just a weird line to walk, I guess. But yeah, I think like through our vlog or the channel and then Instagram, it's easy to see like, oh, they're super honest about these problems, but then, oh, is that all the problems they have? Because like, I don't know, I know that's not all the problems are like filmed or like whatever, get a front row seat to. So,
and I also think that we haven't done a vlog together in a long time. Dove hasn't done a vlog in a long time. We've both grown a lot, and we've like had so many fights that just aren't shown. And there's like a ton of things that I'd like to share on the vlog, and a ton of things that I probably will never share on the vlog.
Yeah.
But this is something that I thought was important to the rest of the marathon story, for those who saw it. And just something that's been really prominent in my life recently is just like my relationship with Dove, because she's like one of my best friends, and we've grown up together, and she's probably the person that knows me best, more than like anyone. So, but it hasn't always been perfect, and it's been like really like kind of soul ripping at some moments, because that's just kind of what close relationships will do to you, I guess,
when they're like in turmoil.
Right, yeah, but I don't know. I think there's hope for everything. Even like I will probably get in another fight again, but it's just like, that's the way it is. Is there anything else that you want to say about like the marathon, or to tie it up?
No, yeah, I'd like to hear like feedback from people, especially in regards to like, is this sort of thing like helpful? Do you guys like already know that like we fight, or like, is it like big news, or like would you like to hear like more of like the unpacking or whatever? Because like, it really is just like, I don't really know if people find it interesting. Especially because like it's hard. Don't think we would be able to film like I don't know if mom and dad have ever done this where they like are filming in the middle of a fight. It's easier to like have the fight and then you have this like perfect package of like, oh, so she did this, I did this, but we're together
That's
now.
true.
But anyway, so that might get kind of boring, but there is things where it's like just about our relationship and like how far we've come in a way, or like the growth that's happened that might be like interesting for people to hear. Because sibling relationships are like pretty fascinating to me, honestly, because like there's so many different like types of sibling relationships that I've seen. So anyways, that would be cool to hear from you guys if you want to comment whatever your thoughts are about that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with like the marathon, how it turned out. Like I think, well, every hard experience I've ever had has mainly shaped me to be better in some way, shape, or form. And this one was just like the most unique out of all the other marathons, and that made it very hard because all the other marathons have had this like party feel to it. And this one was definitely like, I don't know, just lonely and whatever. But then like the moment where like my parents came back and then Eden came back, it was like all the better because I had been alone that whole time. So anyways, yeah, I guess, yeah, Eden's like taking over the channel too, so I'm sure she would love to hear whatever you guys like want to know about our life through like her eyes, I guess. I didn't realize how long it's been since I've like been filmed.
I know, yeah. If people are interested in this topic, we might make one whether you're interested or not. Kind of depends on how we feel, but like if you're interested, it would be nice to hear, even just like to know how this could be helpful to people, or if I don't feel like it could be unhelpful, but you know, just so comment down below. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.
I bet they miss like seeing like you, and I mean I would, like if your like favorite TV show, if like the character that you like leaves, like,